Yeah, oh, I'll turn the camera like this. It's not working. It doesn't shift after that. So, yeah, I'm preparing to leave Smithers, and I'm getting upset of still being here. But the thing is I'm not going to make an impulsive decision and leave without certain parts of a relocation plan being in place. You know, I've done this before. I don't want to. I always want to set roots. I always document, really offering myself. A Salvation Army today. Still, 3 months later, the same job posted on their board that I have more than enough skill sets for. And you know, credentials and experience and diplomas. Yep, nope. Not part of their tribe. Tribe versus tribe mentality. We're better than you type religious thinkers. We can't help ourselves, and we can only help the people we're saving based on how much we've self-actualized or developed personal development. So Salvation Army, by the way, is one thing that is common in communities. So I don't just do longitudinal studies, but I add a lot of different data from the same organizations and measure, you know, the changes and what causes the changes. Often it's, you know, it's the dominant personalities. Libraries always include that. Things I didn't do this time is I didn't make any efforts to try to get a dentist or hygienist. Well, not really a lot of efforts. Like, I think I just tried to open a door one time. It was a private hygienist, I think. Because I just don't have any big pain right now, and I don't want to be disappointed with that. I might go back to the drop-in clinic place to renew my medicine before I go. I'm probably going to go back to the RCMP that are aware of me now, that I'm not somebody they should ignore as somebody that does oversight for them, about them. And it's good to have a criminal record check. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it here or the new location. There are pros and cons for each. And there's also the fact that, you know, I might have to pay for it myself if it's not an employer that offers. It's not a lot of money, but it, you know, I still live with the day-to-day, even though right now there's a bit of money saved up on my account like there hasn't been in a really long time. I'm still very proud of myself for having habits to not be an impulsive shopper. I still hesitate to do things like buy speakers. There's a place that might sell speakers here, and I enjoyed seeing the dog there, but otherwise it's kind of a weird business to go to. But singing for me would be great if I was more independent. I haven't provided all the feedback yet for karaoke to say why I don't always feel like showing up and why sometimes I come and I go, and it's related to the effort put in for the sound, I would say. I also leave early when there's more people and the alcohol is starting to go into the bloodstream, right? Not something that I become happy being around that kind of stuff. There's other things. There's badminton, sports. There's employers that need me in certain categories like education. There's services from things that are common. And I evaluate for these things, and when I'm gone and I compile some of this data, I'll do a series of vlogs that talk about, you know, the variety, either that added with a twist of a different flavor to what was already common in other places in these various themes of culture, and some, you know, refreshing twists that may or not been slightly surprising. And again, it's not horrible here, except that it is certain that the data proves to an evolutionary dead end of this culture, and that elites align. And elites sometimes, right now, we can just say people with jobs. It doesn't have to be they own half of the block or whatever. Just people with jobs that have a little bit of influence or not. Just, you know, they have a home, they're taxpayers, whatever it is. The elites, or the ones, you know, that are average income, but that would maybe participate a bit more in manipulations in their culture, we could call elites as well. And from these patterns I pick up, it's not, it's not more human here. There's not more altruism for each other, including the people that have jobs and are paying taxes. And also, there's no signs things are going to get better, you know, and of course there's nobody here with superpowers that can isolate Smithers from what's happening in the outside world of BC or Canada or, you know, the biosphere. You know, except people act like this, like they can somehow keep things away. And that's, you know, and that's how the Nazi Party dominated in Germany, because elites like this, or people that look the other way, or they thought they could ignore something or keep it away when the motivations of the bad people or the forces at play that were not even well understood would eventually dominate in a way that, you know, these people have to quit their jobs just to put in full-time effort to actually succeed in counteracting these forces. So, of course, they're not going to succeed in Smithers either. And it's sad because they actually, there's a lot of ways in which things aren't bad here. So in a way, they could kind of somehow be role models for mitigating things, that it doesn't get worse. But for that, again, they need to have care and concern about other human beings. They have to choose to want to respect the concept of human rights. And they have to kind of not be so self-centered, self-involved, egocentric. And these are not people that exist anymore, right? I've talked about this in many of my vlogs. It's a losing battle to try to push people towards an ecocentric worldview when the forces, even before I was born, was leading everybody down to the egocentric worldview.